You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnnie.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 200. Oh my God. 200 of them things?
200, but I'm Ralphie Rose because of the occasion.
Let's do it, mate. I love it. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I'm the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm JON2_B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Also, special shout out to WDJY-FM 99.1 in Atlanta.
ATL ho.
Hey, man, look, shout out to OS Gang out there. Look, his mama named him Twitter, I'm going to call him Twitter.
See, I wasn't trying to disrespect the guy Elon, man. If you call it X, hey, man.
Nah.
We just got to adjust, baby.
No, it's Twitter. It was for all,
I always said
I might adjust to X at some point, but no, it's still Twitter right now.
I always call it the Twitter anyway. I never said Twitter. I always say
the Twitter. Yeah. Real uncle vibes. I love it.
Hey, man.
I love it. Hey, bro, look, it's a celebration. Listen,
yes,
whatever time of day, whatever day you're listening to this,
yes, sir.
Grab yourself a drink, whether it's water, whether it's a beer, whether it's wine, whatever it is. Like, grab something because we got champagne.
Oh, yeah.
It's finna get real lit in here
we about to get to it.
This is a real celebration for us, man. 200 episodes is crazy.
Yes, man. But before we get into us, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Look, we're recording on like a different day. Like it's been a while, like week and a half, 2 weeks. Like my power was out last week. We could record it. We just watched some battle rap. I'm kind of amped. It's crazy.
I'm amped and tired. Like I had an extreme long day. I've been up since 5:30.
Man, look, I ain't go to sleep till 3 a.m. today. So it's like it's a lot going on. But we here, baby.
Yeah, I know, man. But definitely here to provide content, man. I'm cool. Like we said, we had that week off. That was just quite unfortunate. We would have got you episode 200 earlier, but things happen. But we're always here. We're always dedicated. Like I said, I'm good. The weather is changed, right? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of weird because we had an extreme heat wave.
We did,
which probably led to maybe your misfortune.
Yeah, the storm. Yeah, the storm.
It was kind of crazy. Then all of a sudden, beautiful weather outside. Like we had a beautiful weather for like 6 days now.
Yep. Oh, it's been great. But I think it's about to get back hot again.
I know, right? It's like before you cut your air off, my boy.
Right. I know.
Don't cut. All right. Touch the thermostat if you want.
Man, look, and it's crazy because it's some leaves already turning colors in my yard and falling. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, we still got a little minute to fall. What is it, like the 20-something? Whenever the official season.
I think it's like later on sometime this month.
Gotcha.
So, look, before we get into anything, I'm gonna just say it. I went to the Renaissance tour. She stopped in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. I guess now 2 weeks ago. Yeah. On some real like fear of missing out. I can't lie about it. Like I've been seeing the clips since the tour started. Months ago? I feel like. Yeah. So and she came to St. Louis. I was like, you know what? I probably just need to go. So I bought some real cheap tickets. And let me just say this, man. Mm-hmm. It's a difference between like knowing that it's levels to like tiers of artists and performances and all that. It's a difference between knowing its levels and witnessing the levels. Okay. Like you know it's levels, but when you see it, it's like, oh no, this is different, like different. Mm-hmm. From off the rip. St. Louis. She said it so beautiful, like so beautiful and so. It was just from the beginning. That's all she said. It was like, oh no, this is about to be different.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I know that you've seen her previously. You weren't impressed, so this has changed your perception of her as a performer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Again, and that was 10 years ago actually that I saw her. I don't remember like the album or the tour that it was, but what I do remember was I felt as if the performance that she gave was a bit lackluster, as if she's treating St. Louis like an exhibition, like a rehearsal type thing.
Yeah.
But no, not this time. Absolutely not this time. And the most impressive thing to me in witnessing the Renaissance tour, right? So we all know Beyonce can sing. She sounds just like the records. Like that's a given. Like that's it. Cool. But it's like everything around her. I'm talking about the production. I'm talking about the screen. I'm talking about the smoke machines, the lights, like
the
time. Oh, is like perfectly in sync. Literally nobody missed the beat. And to be able to witness that, so many different dancers, like maybe 4 at this period of time, but 20 at this period of time, like twins going off, like it's amazing. Yeah. Amazing. She didn't use any of the lights or anything built into the arena. Everything was her own stage production. So she brought her own lights and like all it, like it was
that's
perfection.
That's
perfection, man. Like I couldn't take my eyes off of everything around her. It was great, man.
And I think I'm okay because I've seen Beyonce once. Like, I mean, I'm a Beyonce super fan from afar, if that makes sense. Like, I ain't got to go to no concert. I'm straight. Like,
I feel that.
Because I've already seen her on the Run tour with Jay, which was pretty much featuring Jay-Z. Like, you know, it's like Beyonce still doing 2 hours of music and Jay-Z get it, you know, they do their little Carter songs and he get to do, you know, he get to do Song Cry real quick and all right, get back.
This is my shit.
Get in the back, my boy. You know what I'm saying? But it's still pretty much a Beyonce concert.
Funny.
So I've seen her and it was amazing. That was 2018. So definitely one of the best concerts I ever been to, kind of having that same, you know, production value there. So it's just like, so people like to troll people that go to Beyonce concerts and, you know, for the get up and the money that they pay for the tickets. But if you go and you value production,
you understand
you
why.
Getting it. Like you getting it
you
there.
understand why.
I would hate to pay those type of prices and I don't get that type of return on my concert.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I was good, but I don't do the whole, you know, I don't go out my way to hate on people when they have fun with things. That's my thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't really understand why people do that either because, look, Beyonce is on a world tour, right?
Yeah.
And she was at the Dome here in St. Louis, which is a former football stadium.
Yeah.
And that mug was packed. So I can only imagine what it's like at the outdoor football stadiums throughout America.
And
like,
this is the thing. The only people that have been able to move her dates around is the NFL. No more.
No.
The church don't move the NFL, so I'm sorry, Beyonce. You can't really do that either. So, like, your dates in Kansas City and Seattle had to get switched around because those are in popping NFL markets. So they ain't playing about their football in those places. They don't give a damn who you are.
Absolutely not. But I bet you one thing, even though she had to change some of them dates, the same people still went.
Oh, no,
like, ain't no look, it's
still going.
Look. Yes, I have somewhat trolled Beyonce and her fans at one time, but I always respect the music, and now I even more so respect the performance because. Look, she doing some amazing things on this world tour. The fact that she's able to sell out so many like arena, like
and
what's bigger, arena or stadium? Stadium.
Well, it's stadiums because arena is we have arenas.
Yeah, we have arenas.
Like Enterprise Center is
an arena. The Dome is a stadium. So, and I know like the outdoor stadiums like throughout the country are even bigger than the Dome. So it's like, man, it's amazing. Shout out to Beyonce
and the commitment from everyone else with the silver and aluminum. And the things they're putting on.
It was definitely some foil.
Like because you know, I don't think any other artist alive could get people to do that type of get up. Like it's a theme. Like Renaissance is a theme.
So
absolutely. People are committing to the theme.
Yeah.
So that's what's up.
Hey man, look,
it's one thing to get a concert fit, but you damn near, you know, it's like cosplay. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could
that's absolutely what it is.
That's why I didn't understand the jokes about people like, damn, we all over the place. But it's cool. 200 episodes.
Man, like we do this.
But I didn't understand the jokes when it came to, people in the silver and, the hair and the get up, because like when people go to cosplay or whatever, you put on a football jersey and you go to a game, right? Like I don't know. Like
I think it's because people haven't seen that level of, I guess, showmanship from the audience for artists like that. Like we see it from conventions, we see it from sports teams, like, but we never seen it for a specific musical act.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. And shit, Beyonce the only person alive that could do that shit. So that's crazy. That's crazy. It was definitely some fits though. Like it was definitely some outfits out there.
Shout out, man. That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So shout out to Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce. But hey, man, what we doing? Off the dome?
Off the dome.
Hey, man, we might as well sneak one in for the 200th, man. I got one for you. I think you're going to love this. You got to think, though.
Okay.
The MCU was birthed with a lot of characters that probably would have not been used.
Okay.
If you had everything available. So, if you had a chance to retool the MCU with not Iron Man, who would you do and what would the movie be?
Does it?
I mean, like, considering you have all Marvel characters at your disposal.
I got you.
Okay.
That's funny because I just saw a clip about this.
I know. Yeah, that's where it came from. We ain't got to worry about it, baby. Come on.
Okay.
What you got, bro?
So if I had to restart the MCU, and so I'm restarting the MCU, and it's gonna be just a hit out the park. Or
like no. This is mine. This is your MCU and how you want to build your base. I'm not saying unfortunately, we just got what we had and we worked with what we, ultimately got to, the Sony buyouts and all the business. But imagine if you had all the access to every single Marvel character.
Gotcha.
And you were able to build your cinematic universe. Which movie would you start with?
Got you. Okay. Good question. I think that I would start with the Fantastic Four. And the reason that I would start with the Fantastic Four is because in the comics they were at one point Marvel's first family, like the first family of superheroes, and a lot of the major story arcs throughout the Marvel universe stem from or stems from the Fantastic Four. Yeah. So you would be able to start with them, introduce them, powers, boom, all that, villains. But now you can introduce a Spider-Man because Spider-Man was a part of the Fantastic Four. He filled in. I think he filled in for. I forgot who he filled in for. But so Spider-Man. You can introduce the whole Illuminati aspect because they work with X-Men, they work with Iron Man, Black Panther, and then from there you can branch off into those stories. So you can branch off into a lot of other Marvel story arcs from the Fantastic Four. So you build the Fantastic Four base, and then from there you can start branching out, just like a timeline.
Yeah.
So
I think I'll still go with like an X-Men.
Okay.
Kind of started off like, because Professor X being the brilliant mind and the Omega level mutant, right? Being that pretty much that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he like you said, Illuminati, all the storylines you get with mutants, and then Wolverine being such a central character, especially like Avengers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think you can branch out that way, and then how popular the X-Men team is.
For sure.
But I definitely won't want Gambit. Like I want a particular team of them. Like I don't want them bullshit y'all gave us in 2000. I want, I want all people available, right? And if I want Gambit in there, I want Gambit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So okay, give me 5. Give me 5 X-Men that you will put.
Okay, obviously you gotta have Cyclops and Jean Grey. Even though unfortunately, Professor X, Wolverine, Gambit, and I would pick Storm.
Okay. Storm. I'm not mad at
Storm.
that.
You gotta have, and then you have to have Beast too. Like it's kind of like you got them the certain ones you gotta have.
Which I think those are like the core 7.
The core.
So
Yeah.
So listen, I love it. I'm not mad at it.
So I would pick them, and then we can.
That's interesting because I actually saw Mickey Fax recently tweet that after Endgame they should have reset it with the X-Men. Like he had the same thought.
But yeah, I don't think. Well, they just didn't have it. I don't think the X-Men stuff was available at the time.
True.
So it's kind of like if you're able to, because at a point they're going to have to do what we're talking about.
Oh, for sure.
Like they're already talking about, they got to recast, Fantastic Four if you pay attention to that stuff. X-Men, they're recasting those people, but like even like with the Iron Man stories, like you got to bring all them back. There's just as somebody else,
right?
No variants, no TVA, no none of that. This is the Iron Man is coming back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Captain America will be back. Not Captain Tupac. I'm talking about Captain America will be back. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny. So. No, that's what's up. All right. So for my off the dome, taking you back to another year in the 90s.
Okay, let's go.
We talking movies. 1991.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 4 movies. Which one are you running to watch first today? Mm-hmm. House Party 2, Boys in the Hood, The 5 Heartbeats, New Jack City. Where you going first, my boy? Where you going first? I know, pretty stacked, right? Hey, the 90s, shout out to the 90s for some dope black movies, man.
It's hard to really rank these either because I enjoy all of them for a myriad of reasons, right? Mm-hmm. I think the first 3 House Parties are just like good movies to me. Like I enjoyed the second one. I don't think people really laud it as much as they should. You know what I'm saying? The Pajama Jam, but I enjoy it. So unfortunately for this conversation, I'm gonna kick that over.
Okay.
The 5 Heartbeats was so good, I thought they was a real group.
It's true. I think we all did. We all did.
I like the original songs, Robert Townsend. Pretty much, you know what? I'm going 5 Heartbeats. And I love New Jack City and Boys in the Hood. Don't ever get me wrong. Yeah. Like I think I run back New Jack City more than most. But 5 Heartbeats has so much nostalgia attached to it, and the fact that I know that Robert Townsend wrote, directed, all that. It kind of puts it above,
Yeah. Listen, that's why you my guy.
Okay.
That's my answer too.
Okay.
That's my answer too. Like you said, man. It was so good. We really thought that was a real I
was like, damn, why
this ain't no streaming? Like, where is this?
I was like, man, the Temptations who? Like, you know what I'm saying? I really thought I was a kid. Come on now.
Look, for real.
Forgive me.
Shout out to Robert Townsend. Definitely one of our pillars when it comes to like black cinema.
Yep.
Off top, most definitely. But no, definitely the 5 Heartbeats. Amazing story, amazing original soundtrack, right? Because come on now, just 5 Heartbeats, man.
And then it had a happy ending. Unfortunately, like New Jack City and Boys in the Hood. I know people want to, man, New Jack City. I'm like, man, look, all 5 of them niggas remained at the end of the movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? They danced at the family reunion in the backyard. Like, everything was cool. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to sing with old Eddie Kane? He came back.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
Man's came back.
I was just saying. It was a happy ending.
And that's why we love Robert Townsend. Shout out to the Parenthood.
Shout out.
Not the Parenthood. Hey, I love Parenthood.
Hey. Yo.
But no, that's off the dome.
That was off the dome, people. Hey, if you could, if you're into comic book lore and comic book movies, if you could reset the MCU, what's the film you're picking and why?
Yep. And then what black film from 1991 are you running to watch first in the year of our Lord 2023? Let us know.
Hey, man. OS Gang, what's happening? What's up, man? You know what? Episode 200. 200 of them things. For 200 episodes, we have given you countless off the domes, countless laughs, countless tears, countless fucked up takes. Like, you know,
all kind of shit.
We've done all of that for the past 6 years, man. We've been able to just kind of be ourselves and grow on this mic. Pause if applicable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to say these things, man.
Sure.
People are crazy. But there's no docket this week. You know, we just go kick it. And we hope that you take this walk with us. You know what I'm saying? Next week, we'll get back to regularly scheduled programming. But now, it's about us. Damn. Pop the champagne.
I done shook it.
Pop champagne. Oh. Pop champagne. Oh.
I know. I should have brought 2 bottles so we could drink out the bottles.
Man, look, don't get me like this, bro.
Still vacation vibes.
Man, listen, bro. I have never really calmed down since vacation, bro. Appreciate you, man.
For sure.
But yeah, champagne, man. Ralphie Rose, Johnnie, we out here, man.
I love it, man. Man, I just want to shout out everybody that's listened to even just one episode, right? Like, yeah. we wouldn't be able to continue to do this without people support, people listening,
Yeah.
people reaching out to us, people saying, you know, I really love when y'all talked about this. Like it's
or
beautiful,
even,
man.
or even disagree with us because, like, think about it like this, right? When you have, I think we often talk about this, but when you have the respect of people that do it too, that's I think that hits a little harder. And I'm not saying that we don't appreciate anybody that takes the time to listen and then, you know, or view, you know what I'm saying? But when people actually see that, oh, okay, you know, they do it and they doing it for real, it definitely, you know, hits a little different. You know what I'm saying?
I know, man. So 200 episodes, like, what do you I know the growth has been crazy, right?
Yeah.
Pause if
Right.
applicable.
If
applicable. But just thinking back to our very, very first episode 0, right?
Yeah.
Where we discussed the difference between Kanye the rapper and Kanye the producer. From that to now, it's like how do you feel about the growth? Like,
man, listen, I told you I would not listen to anything pre 2019 that we recorded.
Look, I don't think I'm going back pre 2021. I ain't gonna lie.
That's fair. Because the growth of OS has been exponential, I think. You know, we started out looking for specific topics. We just want to be different. You know, we want to record bi-weekly,
right.
Give us some breaks, you know, that type
right.
of thing. And we would take months off in December. Like,
I know. Look, as podcasters, right, we understand like the whole content thing, but we still got lives. Like we got
absolutely
stuff to do, right? So
absolutely,
yeah, man.
And doing it week in and week out, we were trying to find our footing, make sure that we were actually comfortable with it, because a lot of people that listen to us or listen to podcasts think that it's easy, right? And I'm not even talking about from the sense of the behind the scenes work. I'm talking about this shit here. You see a lot of people that go viral, and that's the lane that you chase.
Yeah.
Because I imagine, Johnny, if you put a mic on yourself, right? I mean, a camera on yourself, and you just talk to the mic, say, hey, you know what? I got a dirty house, and women should clean it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just start talking. You know what? Y'all hoes ain't got no manners. And, you know, just start. I guarantee you, if you did that, OS will be out of here. And those are not the views of OS.
No, absolutely
those are not the views
absolutely
of OS.
not.
But it's hilarious as to how those things, which are often clickbaity, or, you know, that just kind of live in that moment, they go every which where else. I can sit here and talk common sense.
Right.
You know, but common sense ain't so common. People love vitriol.
And that's the crazy thing. I don't understand why that common sense isn't common. But then again, things that are chaotic, topics that are chaotic, tend to get the most traction all the time because we as humans, that's what we like. We like the chaos. We flock to the chaos. How many times, let's say in high school or just maybe as an adult, maybe there's a fight that breaks out. Everybody's running straight to it with their phones out. Like, we love the chaos. Yeah. Why? I have no idea. And some people have gravitated towards pushing that forward and using that to get their own platforms, you know, that exposure. But that's just not something that I don't morally feel right trying to do that.
Let me ask you this, and I think this will get a little deep too. Right?
Okay.
Do you have any regrets about the pod?
Any regrets?
Yeah.
Regret is such a strong word.
I know. But we're gonna use it though. I know it's strong.
Fuck it. Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Now, we do get solicited for interviews from, different people in different industries, things like that.
Yeah.
Are there some interviews that we passed up on that that in hindsight I wish we would have done? Absolutely. I'm not gonna call any names.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
But absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, and that's like the main thing. Outside of that, I mean, not so much really.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like we do get solicited for interviews all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's scheduling things. It's sometimes we just don't want to do it. Like we want to open ourselves up to the podcasting space and be, you know, the ultimate podcaster, right? In every sense of the word. Someone that's entertaining, someone that provokes thought, someone that can interview, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't want to be an interview podcast. Like I don't like, you know, I think I've taken the time to try to study who I deem to be great podcasts, whether it be male, female, regardless of sexual orientation, regardless of you know their content space, regardless of race. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at those people and I try to study them and I try to become that within myself. Like I'm not trying to emulate nobody. I'm trying to be me, but I need to see how that works up there if I want to be up there.
Right.
That's the only thing that I feel like that I've tried to work on for this platform. You know, so when it comes to the art of interviewing, like it's like I can do it.
Yeah.
But do I want to?
But it's not something that and I feel you on that. But interviewing is not something I want to do week in and week out. Like it's cool every now and then, especially if it's somebody that's doing something that we really rock with, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because I get hit up for like interviews and solicitations to get on the pod all the time. Shout out to y'all. But if I feel like it doesn't make sense, I don't even bring it to Johnny. honestly, you know, it doesn't really make it past me. Like if I feel like it doesn't really work here, because imagine like how chaotic a two-sided conversation sounds without the co-host being involved. And that can happen with Johnny if he invites someone on. I can be like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing to contribute.
I know. And it's also interesting where like we get solicitations from music artists, right? And so some of the music artists, if I have the time, of course I'm gonna check the music out. But if I don't really rock with it, not saying that it's trash or anything, but if it's not a sound or something that I just, you know, it's not for me, I don't feel right interviewing you because it's gonna be just a stale. Well, how did you come up with your music, and you know, what's your inspiration? And
the thing is, and I guess that's the privilege in having your own podcast and filtering your own people through. Because if we just interview every rapper and artist that hit us up, you know what I'm saying, that's different. We're not the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying? We're not a big platform by any stretch of imagination. You know, we love music, we love to talk shit. But I understand the difference of letting people hearing other voices.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that because you can listen to a platform and then you can often get stale with hearing those same voices all the time because you know temperament, you know what they're going to talk about, you know the joke timing, like you know everything, right?
Yep.
So I understand just introducing new elements. That's why we always here try to reinvent ourselves. It's quite as much as possible, right?
For sure. Which actually leads me to my next question. What do you, I guess, how do you see, or what do you want to see us do? Hell, not even next year, but I guess for the rest of this year, we got 5 months left of this year. Like, what extra do you want to see us do?
I don't know, man. It's so much with the podcasting space. I think the only thing I want is like for us to continue on the path that we blaze for ourselves. Ultimately, like, you know, we have the radio contract, WDJY FM. Okay, got it. I nailed it. But shout out to, you know, ATL and the opportunity that they gave us. You know, just letting our podcast be on that platform in that radio space. Ultimately, you know, more YouTube stuff. I know YouTube is a different monster, and it still feel like we're still trying to break ground over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the latest video did some numbers that I'm proud of.
Look, me too.
but most podcasts be like,
look. It's
listen,
when we get a specific video that does like numbers higher than our normal, I'm all for it. I'm looking at analytics to see why, like to see if I can replicate that for future videos. But it's like, sometimes it's lightning in a bottle.
And it is lightning in a bottle. And you often have to, I'm not sure how much more promotion we can do. Well, like you can't, like we are not the algorithm bull. Shout out to Easy the Block Captain. But it's hard breaking the algorithm.
I think the one thing we can do better to help that is like try to put out video clips, which we were doing at some point. Shout out to our boy Orson, right? But we gotta get back to that.
I don't know, bro. It's just, it's like all we can do is stay consistent. Like that's the only thing I want from us. Consistency. Like we do this weekend and we got, bro, consistency. We're already there. And it's just, what more can you beat? I mean, I don't know. You get out of that, you know.
And sometimes it takes like just that one listener to like share it somehow that we aren't aware of, and then something blows up. Because I think that's how most things go viral anyway.
Yeah.
The right person shares something and it catches the attention of.
And shout out to those people that we don't know from a can of paint that really listen to us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like for sure, like. We
get hit up all the time by
like just random
people,
and it's like it's still like astonishing.
Yeah,
that these thoughts and opinions goes into somebody's earlobes on a weekly basis.
True, it's true. It's
like
true.
somebody listening to us, man. That's why I always end the podcast thanking, showing gratitude, because there was points in times where I would end the podcast with a, I guess, somewhat arrogant take, where it felt like I was soliciting 5-star reviews.
Oh yeah,
but that was just a troll. Like I was like, y'all people don't sense sarcasm, but okay, that's fine.
Hey, comments like,
hey, look, man, if you can't tell that was sarcasm, okay. Like, we got a bad review because I was being sarcastic. That's crazy.
I know.
Those guys think they're so much better than you. Shut up, dweeb. Shut up.
But then what if we did? Then what?
We still here though.
That's what I'm saying. We've seen we started in podcasting amongst a lot of our peers, right?
Yeah.
And again, we have lives, people have lives, so I understand, I get that, right? But it's a consistency thing, and a lot of people think that podcasting itself is easy. It's not. Like Ralph mentioned it earlier. Like, it's not easy. Like the planning that goes into.
We thought 2 years in we were supposed to be out of here. Nah. We sitting here 6 years later. Now I don't regret anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are there some steps that I wish, kind of like with, you hindsight is 20/20.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of look back, you're like, damn, we did this, maybe.
Yeah.
That's easy to do, but I don't regret any decision that we made, any growth that we've had, any miscue, any bad take, any I don't know.
Got you.
I sit here proud of the digital footprint that we've laid.
For sure, and people always, oh man, I'm gonna check out the podcast and I'm gonna check it out. I always tell them, hey, it's there. It's not going anywhere.
Whenever
it's there when you have the time.
And I don't. It's like I don't do too much self promotion anymore when it comes to like being outside. Like if a conversation comes up, I kind of lean into it, but I just don't lead with, I have a podcast.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I am. Like if you go to my Instagram, it says podcaster. But that's only to identify that. So hopefully you go and click the damn link.
Yeah.
Like that's what that's for.
True. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's I feel like recently, like within the last, I'll just say this summer, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten a lot more inquiries about the podcast, especially from us, like, well, me being out like wearing the shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Which is great. Which led me to creating the QR code so people could just scan it real quick.
It's so funny when people ask me about the podcast, they'll see the shirt and whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I got a podcast, and then ultimately I become shy. like I haven't said what I said on the podcast mic a million times,
right?
But when it comes to we can have that debate in person, but it's just funny when I say I feel like they go pull it up and then listen, then debate you like. So you just said at 25:06. Like, I'm like, God damn. That wasn't me, that was Johnny. Like, that wasn't my voice.
I know, right?
How many times has that happened, right? Somebody has accused you of a take that I've said, or vice versa,
like,
right?
Fam, you clearly don't watch on YouTube because that's not my voice. That's not even my voice.
I didn't even get close to it. Like, I didn't even say that shit. That wasn't me.
I don't even like that order.
But it's okay. It's all right, I guess. You listen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, well, you listen.
Bro, that's hilarious.
It really is, man. But I mean, 200 episodes, man. I have a certain deep level of appreciation because, like I said, I think we said this before, and I don't know if people really grasp it. We didn't give up on each other because this could have been real easy to do.
Oh man,
I mean, it's real easy to just say, you know what, bro?
To walk away from, we behind the scenes, I feel like both Ralph and I have been through enough to say, you know what, this needs to take a back burner. Like, I'm gonna step away from this.
And think about it like this: we could have did that before anything happened.
Nah,
like it could have been.
Nah, you right.
It could have been just could have been burnt out before then,
You
bro.
right.
But
right.
I mean, like you said, shit has happened on both sides to both hosts, and we found a way to kind of pod through it, because this has often been that release, and we both go to therapy, so this ain't the podcast where you come to and like, them niggas, like, y'all just had therapy, y'all, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? No,
we're not saying it just to say it.
No, we're not saying it just to say, no, we really go to therapy. Like, that is a huge part of the growth and the healing that I hope you guys hear week in and week out.
For sure. And it's, at least I'll speak for me, it's allowed me to be able to continue, because had I not been able to unpack some things, like, I don't know if I would have been able to come here and just be able to just talk about stuff.
And then if you did, I don't know, we'd just be,
I
don't know.
It would have been what it was.
Right. Exactly. So, I don't know, man. I just sit back and I'm thankful for us actually being friends outside of this.
Oh, man, what?
Because I know I often joke about this. I tell Johnny this quite often. It was an episode before of the JVP before Rory and Joe fell out. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Hey man, we don't talk anymore. Like, we only talk on the pod." And I really don't talk to Johnny.
It's true.
It's like we talk here because our conversations are always so based in the things that we talk about on the pod. So it's kind of like we try to save those takes. So it's kind of like we sacrifice the friendship outside of here. I know, right? I know, right? For the sake,
for y'all,
for content over everything. Goddamn, look at us.
It's true. It's true. But even aside from that, we've been able to remain friends.
Oh, of course.
So I'm appreciative. Yeah, I'm appreciative because, again, we started in the podcast game amongst our peers, and I've seen it rip people apart. I've seen it rip friendships apart. So being able to sustain that on top of continuing to provide this content week after week has been phenomenal. So yeah, man, I think the champagne is starting to get to me.
Oh yeah, man. we're definitely.
I ain't ate this earlier, like, it's crazy. We've been watching battle rap all day. Look, man, it's been a long day. Okay,
it's been a very long day. Man.
That's funny.
But man, what's going on in the world, man? Let's see what we can squeeze in, man.
Let's see. I got the list up here. Oh well, let me start here. Mm-hmm. I personally want to shout out Sexxy Red. Sexxy Red, look, St. Louis native, right?
Ski.
Hey, talk your shit. I think it was earlier this week, or maybe it was last week, but her tour date, her tickets for her tour went on sale. Mm-hmm. The entire tour, not just a couple days, the entire tour sold out in 30 minutes. So I'll give a round of applause for that, because that's amazing.
You know, her show got moved to a bigger arena here.
And that's what I was about to get to next, right?
Okay.
So she was at like a mid-sized venue here in St. Louis, which I'm imagining her entire tour was like mid-sized venues, because it's her first tour. I get it, right?
Yeah.
But the whole, like I said, the whole shit sold. The whole tour sold out. So definitely in St. Louis, but also other markets, they're moving her venues to larger venues. Like that's like, look, Sexxy Red's music may not be for me, but I applaud what she's been able to do.
I want to get into this. I'm glad you brought up Sexxy Red. Shout out to Sexxy Red. St. Louis native, North Side, I believe. What do you have to say about the discourse around Sexxy Red and her music? Because have you noticed there's a lot of conversation around her sexuality, her look, how she's being pushed, her actual music, her lyrics. Mm-hmm. Do you think the criticism of Sexxy Red is unfair? Excuse any, regional cultural bias.
Shout out to therapy, because 6 years ago, I'd have been in on the criticism.
Okay,
I'm not gonna lie about it. It's who I am, right? Or it's who I was, right? Mm-hmm. But in understanding, I guess, just humans and what authenticity is, and for Sexxy Red specifically, she's been able to transition and translate her life into the music industry and remain the person that she is.
Yeah.
And she's been able to win literally being the person that she is. I'm imagining she's what, early 20s?
Yeah, I think Sexxy Red like 23.
Okay, so early 20s, right? You're supposed to be ratchet at this time in life. This is what you're supposed to be.
Well, it's levels to it, but I got you.
Look.
Now listen, you know me. Y'all know me. If y'all listen, y'all know how I give it up.
Y'all know this is my ratchet filter.
I'm letting Johnnie cook though. You know what I'm saying?
But no, I don't think the heavy criticism for basically who Sexxy Red is warranted.
I don't know if it's necessarily her, the songs, or her image, or the overall take, or the overall criticism of sexuality being pushed in hip hop. I don't know who you can appease right here, right? I think if Sexxy Red looked like someone else and she was of a lighter hue, I think she'll be received a little bit differently. Because ratchet songs have always been ratchet songs.
For sure.
So sexually explicit songs have always been there.
For sure.
So those are always going to be like we're always going to have these morality conversations around those songs, and I get that. Do I think the song is comically bad? Yes. Yes. But
sure.
if I'm out off the champagne or whatever, like I want to hear Ski You, goddamn. I want to hear that. I don't want to hear Rhapsody. I love
Rhapsody.
And I love Rhapsody.
But the reason I want to hear it while I'm out is to see people's reaction. I don't want to hear it because I want to hear it. I want to hear it to see the reaction that it causes amongst the masses.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? A lot of these songs, especially in today's hip hop, right? Even back then. That's why I joked. I think I said it 2 weeks ago, like, who was partying the Public Enemy? But then again, that was the time.
Yeah.
That was the time. So
definitely
imagine in that 90s, late 80s space what music sound like. I saw a video. I'm getting back to this, but I saw a video of people dancing to Thriller at a house party. That seems so crazy to me. I don't know why.
You think so?
Yeah, like imagine going to a house party and just seeing people dance to Thriller. And I'm not talking about imitating Michael Jackson moves. I'm talking about dancing. Now, don't it sound funny?
Yes.
Yes, I know.
But
I know Thriller's a dance track, but to see it happen in real time.
That's the type of house party I want to go to.
I'm talking about the cocaine was coking. Like, what you talking?
Well, I ain't doing cocaine, but
No,
I want to go to the
I'm
house
talking
party
about
where that shit
I'm
cracking.
talking about 82, 83 when that song came out. The cocaine sweats in that video was real, bro. We're not doing this. But off subject. But
right.
But I mean, a lot of these songs are vibes. And then ultimately this is just a sign of the times. You can't sit here and talk about sexually explicit lyrics when porn is at your fingertips.
Man, what?
Instagram is a fucking cesspool. We're not gonna do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So
you
it's
can
Twitter.
go look at titties and anything you want to see. So the fact that this woman said booty hole brown and coochie pink on the song just got y'all tight.
And did she lie?
That's Hey, little raps, boo boo, little raps. You know what I'm saying?
People always talk about how people don't live their raps. So all I'm saying is, are we gonna respect the authenticity or not?
But I know the hip hop purists will be like, oh well, look how far we fell and all this stuff. And I get it, but I don't know if y'all was as loud when Lil' Kim was outside or that's what I'm trying to say. It's all in what you can appreciate and tolerate. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
like now, I'm not comparing Sexxy Red to Lil' Kim. I know there's the levels, but
But still, even with that, the type of rap that anybody wants to listen to is out there. You don't, even though Sexxy Red is a mainstream artist now.
Yeah.
Rhapsody is there. Go listen to Rhapsody,
or
like whoever you want to.
Jean Grey,
whoever.
It's plenty of them. They're just drawing a blank right now. But I don't know. It's just, what are we? Are we upset at the machine for pushing her? Are we upset at her? Like, it's like what's the beef?
I think the beef is that she's there.
Yeah.
I think that's just the beef. The beef is that her music has been able just to, I don't want to say infiltrate, but just has been able to be put out there for the masses. And so much so that wherever you go, people are talking about it. You hear it on the radio. You hear it while you're out. Yeah. She's just, it's everywhere. It's all encompassing. It's on the internet. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beef that people have. Like, wherever they turn, there it is.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it because I'm happy that she's been able to pretty much change change her family's lives. Like I don't know. I'm happy that she's been able to translate herself into the music industry where she's able to make the money to change her and her family's lives.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird war within the culture when it comes to those things, and I can see it from both sides. But I'm always here for a young person getting their money.
Oh, what?
Because
for sure.
Hey, I know y'all want to say music, music and all that stuff. Raise your kids, be a parent, be a mentor. And
what?
Maybe these, I don't know what to tell you, but there's a certain segment of the population that deserves to have their voice heard, especially within hip hop, because it's always been the voice of the rebel, the voice of the youth, and if that's the voice of the youth, unfortunately, get your old ass out there and rap. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Like, I just hate people when they complain so much and don't really provide solutions.
Millie Mill tried to do it and he apologized. So that's all I really got for it.
Real quick, I want to bring back a conversation. I want to see if you heard that Usher song, Boyfriend.
Damn it, no.
It's been 3 weeks.
You right. You right, and I have no excuse.
Okay, well, never mind. I just wanted to see, if I was wrong.
Yeah. Damn.
If I was wrong about that, man.
Hold me accountable. Next week.
All right. I mean, you ain't missing nothing. You ain't got to keep running this back because the song. Listen, Johnny, if the song was that good, it would have ran across your wheelhouse by now. I guarantee.
It's true. No, you're right. You're right.
So you're going out your way to hear some mid. I'm telling you.
All right. So I just randomly saw this on the internet the other day. I'm assuming this is a rumor, but let's talk about it.
Okay.
So earlier this year, Rihanna performed at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Next year's Super Bowl, it's rumored that it's going to be an entire boy band reunion. Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Boys to Men, plus more, they said. But let's just talk about those three. How you feel about that?
Well, first of all, New Edition still out here. That's one. You know what I'm saying? They always
maybe they're the plus more.
Man, fuck that. They need to be
included. They should be the headliners.
They should be. They everybody daddy, so they need to be included in set. Like, go out there. They can. Can you stand the rain real quick? You know what I'm saying? Something. I'm just
Motown, Philly, all that shit.
If we go do it, make sure everyone's included. But I understand that New Edition maybe not be, put up there in certain spaces with like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys off of sales, not talent. I'm pretty sure they go find New Kids on the Block, because New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys had a collaborative album and tour. I think.
I definitely remember the tour. I didn't know they did an album.
I think because it was like all they letters was like combined or some shit. Now this wasn't something that I wouldn't listen to. I just saw it.
Got you.
When I go on my 90s 2000 pop binges, I go listen to Backstreet Boys. I go listen to Greatest Hits. Fuck you talking about?
Hey, look,
I've seen that and I thought it was an album too. But it may have been a set list or something. I don't know. But I never clicked on it.
Got you.
But it's cool, I guess. And then it's only the come on, man. Like, I just heard what you just said. NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and Boys to Men, the whitest ones, right? And I know Boys to Men is not a white group.
They wore bow ties.
But they were definitely accepted across the aisle more so than their contemporaries.
For sure.
They the ones sold the most records. They got all the ballots. Like, I understand. Mm-hmm. But at the Super Bowl, I don't want to hear End of the Road.
Well.
What's their biggest song?
Nah, look. Trying to sit and think. No, yeah. They can't get up there home and not.
They could and I mean, hey, NSYNC. I mean, not NSYNC, but Boys and Men still have their vocal chops. I'm not gonna play them in that space. Mm-hmm. But if you talking about like, hey man,
listen. Backstreet Boys been on tour, so them being on, still would be fire that they're on stage, but it's not that big. But NSYNC reuniting, that's fire because they haven't toured together in shit over 15 years.
Not since Justin went solo.
So that's huge.
Yeah, I guess.
So honestly, I think it will be fire.
No, I'm not saying it wouldn't be.
I think people will be very excited. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think people will be very excited.
Well, I think the streets are clamoring for an NSYNC reunion. I'm not saying our streets, the TikTok streets, because I keep looking up. It's like dance challenges, and people keep doing the bye dance choreography and shit. I was like, oh, that's
Damn,
what's up.
how I missed that? I might need to get in on that.
Man, I need to stay off TikTok, man.
Oh well, speaking of bands reuniting, or groups reuniting, I saw that Destiny's Child website has been updated. It's like 25 years or something like that. So, you think a tour or album is coming or something?
The thing about reunion tours and reunion albums, right? I think people are clamoring for that, especially from Destiny's Child, especially from the three, right?
Right.
When you have a front person
like that,
it's tough. That's why it's hard for me to believe the NSYNC shit.
Yeah.
Especially with Justin presumably having an album coming out.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why it's tough for me to believe it. I'm not saying they're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tough, like for me, for Ralph, to see that.
I know a lot of people will be
and then
happy.
you're talking about Beyonce. Like, people clamor for Beyonce songs, and then for her to jump back into a group where she was ultimately the lead vocalist. Not saying she's the best vocalist out of the three.
Ooh,
I know people get into those battles. We know Kelly is there, but Beyonce has always been the lead. And then it's hard for people to compartmentalize her going to the back, playing the background, right?
Oh yeah,
For songs, and then
especially coming off this tour.
And then think about it like this: a Destiny's Child tour. Where the fuck is that going to happen?
What you mean?
In a stadium.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But all Destiny's Child songs? No Beyonce solo set? Do those ticket prices stay at the Renaissance tour price or what?
Probably.
So does Beyonce have a tour featuring Destiny's Child?
No. This is a
Destiny's
Child tour.
But think about this, bro.
Nah, the choreography gonna be grouped.
The reason why they're in the stadium is because of the front person, not the group.
I don't know if I necessarily believe that.
Okay.
Now, does it contribute? Maybe a little bit.
Amen.
But I think people want to see the group together.
Amen.
In masses like that.
That stadium ain't packing out for Bootylicious, bro. I'm sorry.
Listen, that guitar riff gonna go crazy. That guitar riff gonna go crazy in the stadium. What you talking about? What?
Hell no.
Hell yeah. They might get Stevie Nicks out there for that. Hell yeah. Slash somebody. Somebody gonna be out there doing that shit.
Survivor go
Fuck
crazy.
it.
Survivor go crazy.
All through all the darkness and sadness, still comes happiness. What? If I surround myself with positive, come on, Michelle.
I hated Survivor Destiny's Child.
Come on.
God. I know what that album was supposed to do, but I hated every. That's the era I hated. Independent Women, Survivor, all that. Get that shit up out of here. Bootylicious.
Is that the same era as I Need a Soldier?
No, I Need a Soldier was Destiny. That was Destiny Fulfilled. That was the reunion album after Beyonce did the solo joint.
Got you.
But the joint before, get that.
Get that.
All that shit was getting gold.
They singing all that shit too.
Man, I don't know, but I mean that's a fair question for me to ask. I'm just wondering, right? Like, and a lot of people are wanting a Destiny's Child album, and I think that's fair. But the tour comes, and how do you market the tour?
I don't know. That I don't know.
That's tough, because I mean Michelle got songs, Kelly got songs. I mean I'm being honest. I'm not even trolling. When
but
I
see
say
that I think that's how you. Well, okay. Respectfully,
yeah.
I don't really know any Michelle songs, so I'll leave it at that.
I thought they were more. Damn.
Look,
I was thinking about I think she got a gospel song that I heard,
look,
and then I know
Michelle be the opener.
I was about to say girl, but that was Beyonce. I mean, Destiny's Child song.
See, look. Did she
all
sing the most on that song or something?
She be killing the bridges.
No, big facts.
Oh no, hey, Michelle be killing the bridges though. I like it, man.
I love it. Look, shout out to Destiny's Child. I'll fuck around and go to that too. Look,
no, I'm not mad at Destiny's Child.
Yeah,
at
man.
all.
So
if you could get an R&B group back together, who would you want to see? Because we're in this space of new albums, reunions. It's like everybody coming out here getting this money. Nostalgia's at this high. So it's like, could you think of anybody?
98 Degrees.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm not.
I'm like,
I was joking.
That's crazy.
They got one song I love though, but no.
Anybody that I can think of, they probably got like 2-3 songs, and that's all I got.
I feel like the R&B groups that I really love like they really doing like Escape SWV. They really doing that shit.
It'll be kind of like
Moking stuff.
A review, like it'd be like how y'all doing tonight too.
Yeah.
It's like it'd be like be 6-7 acts.
Bro,
like I want to see
funny.
intro scene Ribbon to the Sky, but they only got like 2 other songs I like. I like intro. You know what I'm saying? Intro dope. You know what I'm saying? Shy come back for If I Ever Fall in Love. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, but how many other shots?
Oh my God, How You Doing Tonight of One Hit Wonder or
like what's the other song Shy got?
Is that Oh Sheila? Wait,
if you need me.
maybe I don't know that.
Oh, damn,
That's Oh Sheila too, right?
No, they ain't no damn Oh Sheila.
I'm saying they don't sing Oh Sheila? Who sing Oh Sheila? That's Ready for the World.
Ready for the World.
Oh, you said Shy, my bad.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man.
Nah, Oh Sheila got to be on there too. Oh, sugar, love me right, let me love you till
Baby,
I
I'm
get it
yours.
right.
Baby, I'm yours.
You trying to play it?
If you want me.
Nah, play it so I can hear it. Cause I want to make sure. Oh yeah. See, now I just added the beat.
I was trying to hook the
I
lyrics.
just added the beat.
Okay. Shout out to y'all.
Right.
y'all know the vibes. I'm just saying, but it'll be like a whole bunch of them, like H-Town, High Five. Like I know High Five lead singer Tony Thompson, rest in peace. But I was like, it's just like stuff like that.
Nah, we need that. Oh man, we didn't even say happy birthday to Michael Joseph Jackson either. His birthday was this week. Shout out to James Biko. He had his annual Michael Jackson party last night. It's partially why I stayed out so late.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, jigging all night, hot as hell.
Yes, sir.
Legs sore. So yeah. But nah, man, look. Just to round it all out, man. Episode 200. Like I want to say I love you and I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, the love is real, bro.
However long we continue to do this, man, I just hope we continue to elevate. I think us as men, we are definitely we are definitely not the same people that we were when we started this podcast. I love the growth, even though you and I have been through some stuff.
Big things.
We've been able to continue and sustain this. I love you as a friend, as a brother, as a podcast host, like as everything. I appreciate you, and being able to do this with you has been great, man.
I know, man. It's just I know, man. We celebrated 6 years, but we didn't think 200 episodes. It's kind of like, oh, we got it. We're here now, but it's kind of like, what else? What else can we accomplish? We've done shows as a joint venture. We've done shows on our own. We've interviewed celebrities. We're on the radio.
Yeah.
We've done everything that we gone viral. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've done everything we I guess if we had a checklist of podcasting, we've done that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else is there to accomplish, but we're still here. We're still rocking. As far as if me and my brother that sits next to me weekly, if we choose to keep doing it, we'll be right here. And then if we don't, all right, cool. Yeah. We can hang our hats up and think we did it. We did it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. So yeah, man. Look, again, we want to. I guess we kind of reached the end. We're gonna get into Song of the Week in a minute, but we want to thank the listeners, the people who listen to episodes, the people who interact with us on YouTube, the people who anybody who has left a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, just anybody that's ever interacted with us regarding the podcast. Period. Like, we want to thank y'all. Like, 200 episodes is no small feat. It's definitely not an easy road. Like, a lot of planning goes into producing the podcast, to actually creating the content, to getting the content out, like post-production, pre-production, actually recording. Like, it's a lot that goes into it. So the fact that we've been able to do this for 200 episodes, 6+ years, it's been amazing. Yeah, it's been amazing, man. So if you're on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. Hit that comment section. Let us know about any of the topics we discussed today. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And we'll catch y'all next week, barring any storms or power outages and shit like that. Now, if you